Welcome back to the new and exciting installment of RIP Brazil. Last time, Brazil lost Sao Paulo, and this is a bit of modern art right here. You know, they say Civ 5 doesn't really reflect history. Look at this. Look at how bad Brazil is getting destroyed. And I'm not talking about Brazil in real life, but I'm talking about just how absolutely terrible atomic bombs are, right? This game is more realistic than Europa. For that reason. Europa doesn't have nukes, and nukes exist. Therefore, I'm just saying. I also, in the meantime, have been improving my infrastructure with my workers in Babylon. I hope to get that back up to a competent level at some point. I just need to actually improve the tiles, so that way I can work them. But yeah, Brazil, RIP, right? He's totally going to lose. Look at this. He has nukes on all of his lands. The whole thing is in ruin, right? He still doesn't see himself winning enough, but he is so utterly destroyed. He cannot come back from this, right? So now this begs the question: can I kill Brazil in time and then be strong enough to kill Denmark, right? I can't get any more techs. I sold all of my buildings, and in fact, this is another thing to reflect real life. My economy and everything is in the ruin. My people are at zero happiness right now. My people are on the brink of depression and revolution, all so I can continue to fund my nukes, right? This game is modern art, is deep lore, right? So I just need to go to Rio and actually take it. It's at like 2 health right now. He still has these infantry units, but he can't make any more. His cities are destroyed too much. I'm still making stealth bombers because, you know, they're ridiculously strong. So, yeah, look at this. Rio's at 1 health. Brasilia is at, like, whatever health. And then Salvador. They're both at, like, Brasilia and Salvador are both at, like, half. And then Rio is hanging on by a thread. I can probably put some mobile SAMs and some XCOMs in and just take it, right? This kind of stuff is what I was talking about in episode 1, where it's just very repetitive. Like, it's obvious I'm going to take this, and it's obvious how. I just kind of have to, like, do it, right? And that takes a while. Selling my science buildings because we don't care about public education. Napoleon has not been invented yet. And since Napoleon doesn't exist, public education does not exist. That's a fun fact for all of you that everyone probably already knew this. Napoleon was the guy who was like, we should make standard education. And one of those things was the metric system, which most of the world uses. I know the United States doesn't use it, but I don't know what else uses it. You may have noticed I was just attacking Colombo. I have no really, I don't really have any malicious intent for Colombo. I'm kind of just attacking it for the XP. I do have malicious intent towards Brasilia and Salvador. And in fact, I might even burn down Sao Paulo, right? I don't think I want it. Depends on how Rio treats me. But yeah, Rio's dead. And with that, Brazil is dead. Keep in mind, Brazil is at war with Denmark. Denmark is probably attacking Uxmal in the sea. But I did it. I took it, and my people are unhappy now, and I'm freaking losing $1 million money. But look, he's not rising anymore with Denmark, so I could stop right here if I wanted to. He's still rising with the Maya, which makes perfect sense, so I think I want to take another city. But yeah, I mean, I could sort of stop here and be fine, but I think I do want to stop Brazil. I think I want to wipe him out completely. His presence, his diplomacy is too strong, and I don't want that, right? So I could either go for Brasilia or Salvador. I feel like Brasilia is the easier pickings. I can just swoop in with a mobile SAM on maybe like my incense tile and just come in and take it, right? Or I could go to that coal tile and just sweep in and take Brasilia next turn. Now, the happiness is going to be a little bit of a problem. I need to start burning these things down. And the Maya are almost dead. Now, I've been recording these posts. There's something really freaking funny that happens with the Maya, and I have no idea when it happens, but it's so funny when it does. Alright, creating a puppet there just because it will help me take Salvador sooner. And he's still rising with the Maya, which, I mean, it makes sense. Maya only have Tulum, but like, geez, dude, you're still rising? So I don't want that. In the meantime, just making nukes. I don't really need to make military units anymore. I'm going to raise this city down. Now, it has these wonders, and that's fine. Or sorry, I'm not going to raise this, I'm going to annex the city. It has these wonders, and it's fine. I feel like Tikal is a pretty good city. It can afford to get a little bit more happy, and that should positively affect my empire. When I go to war with Denmark, I'm probably most concerned about Chichen Itza and Zanzibar, right? Although Thebes and Heliopolis are certainly threats as well. Heliopolis is technically mine, but Denmark's going to take it from me in just a freaking split second, you know what I'm saying? So, I can't underestimate that. I also do have to take Palenque back from Colombo at a point, but that's not high on my priority list. I'll do that later. I am just attacking it now, but first I want to kill Brazil. Brazil first, Colombo second, right? Everyone was gangsta, then we lost our gangsta, but looks like Colombo isn't taking over the world anymore, so we can go back to being gangsta. Alrighty, so I'm going to vote for myself because I'm Bay. I have triple cities and triple terrain on one stealth bomber. That's why planes are insane. That shouldn't be a thing, but it is. And I can continue attacking Palenque. It looks like Palenque is super easy to kill, and looks like I'm super duper unhappy. Also, if I manage to kill Brazil, a lot of my ideology problems will go away, which would be much appreciated. Attack that worker purely for XP, and I need to plan on making a move into Salvador, but I'm not doing that until my spy gets in there. Luckily, he's falling on Denmark, and I trust Denmark to make enough happiness, but I just die, Brazil. You've done me too many disservices, and now it's time you pay with your life, right? Just like in real life. Just kidding, I actually have a Brazilian friend who is, I think he lives in the States now, he moved here for college, but just growing up online and hearing him talk about Brazil, it was just really cool. I didn't really have friends from other countries, but it was awesome just to kind of like see what it was like to hear someone else's perspective on a completely different state of whatever in the world, right? Alright, selling more buildings, that way I don't reach negative science, although I guess technically it doesn't matter about the science, more like, so that way I don't reach military units disbanding, which for the first time ever happened to me the other day. It was crazy. I always thought the game was bluffing, but it was most certainly not bluffing. I'm also running out of buildings to sell. I can't find any. So I'm a bit stricken. I could sell my factories again like I once did, but instead I'm just going to work these money specialists. And that's okay-ish. Great merchants are actually... This is the only point in the game where great merchants are good right now. We're going world ideology. Since Brazil will be dead, should have an easy time passing that, and then one of my problems, i.e. happiness, will go away. Alright. We can bring a nuke over here and attack Sao Paulo directly, or we can just leave our nuke on standby for Denmark. Whatever I want to do. I'm going to leave it on standby in Nipper. So my spy is in Salvador now. Denmark is attacking Uxmal. Looks like Brazil can get completely eliminated this game. I am going to go down to Wittenberg though, because it is not Wittenberg, it is Colombo, and so I can liberate it. But yeah, like Teddy Roosevelt said on that episode in the comments a couple videos ago, everybody gangsta till Colombo starts taking over the world, right? I was gangsta and I lost my swagger. Probably the most Caucasian thing I think I've ever said. You know, no, this is the most Caucasian thing I've ever done. Earlier I was listening to Crank That Soulja Boy and I was like, oh man, this is throwing me back. But I'm like, who actually listens to that song anymore? They play it all the time at the gym. And I'm like, no one actually listens to this. What? I was a bit bewildered, if I'm being LGBT. I can also try getting tourism bonuses for everything. Getting them in the most cities that need the culture. And I probably could start deleting units soon. I have a lot of military and I don't have the economy to support it. My mobile sim right there is not going to stay where he is. He's just standing there this turn temporarily to get vision on the city. That's one of the good sides of playing asynchronously, not playing at the same time, you can afford to do things like that. If I was playing with humans, like we were all at the same time, my mobile Sam, I would not have been able to do that. My mobile Sam most certainly would have gotten killed. Alright, finally, I can go ahead and take Sao Paulo if I wanted to. Let's go ahead and take Wittenberg and liberate Wittenberg. Now ally, and I have a city star. I have votes now, which is really all I care about. That is perfect. Let's bring the pain onto Salvador, and we can get this Brazilian guy out of here. Now the question is, how do we stop Denmark, right? I can also build Prora, and I am going to do that. It's going to take forever, but literally nobody else is autocracy, so technically I have all the time in the world. And yes, Nipper is my only coastal city, so I have to build it in Nipper. I hate the fact that I have to do that, but I can do that. But I am indeed going for Prora. And now I can start attacking Salvador. This guy is just costing me maintenance, so I'm going to delete him. I don't want him around. Maintenance per unit is like 6 gold per turn at this point, which is why I'm so negative. It increases. I believe in the beginning of the game, it's like maintenance is like when Brazil lost Colombo, so I can finally make peace with the guy who's taking over the world, although I have undone all of his warmongering. What was I saying? Something about money. Yeah, it's the amount of units. If you have the same units in the ancient era that you do in the information era, it is not going to be the same amount of gold. I don't exactly know what the formula is, but all units get super expensive. Military, citizens, whatever, right? I'm going to raise down that city. Not sure just yet if I want to keep it on 1 pop or not, but I know I don't really need it. It's not doing me any favors right now, so I'd rather get rid of it and also sell its buildings, because its buildings are costing me a lot of maintenance and they're completely useless to me. I also should probably get a worker inside Rio de Janeiro. And right now I'm making progress towards Denmark, who hates me. City connections, that's a lot of money, that's good. That's also another reason I'm losing money. All these roads. Like, look at Babylon, look at all the roads around Babylon. But yeah, I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. I feel like I've already explained it. You know, going after Salvador, kill Brazil. Very repetitive. Imagine if all of this was one episode. I've crammed 2 episodes into this single episode that you're watching, so I don't even know what I was talking about at the time. Probably something stupid, like, I don't know, Real Bros of Simi Valley. Has anyone ever seen Real Bros of Simi Valley? It's freaking funny. I highly recommend it. It's like making fun of like Real Housewives, but instead of like Real Housewives, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. Also, look at this. You can't put a citadel on top of a citadel. Isn't that the stupidest thing ever? I had to bring a worker over to destroy it because you can't put a citadel on it. So I have to bring a worker over there and then make a farm and then cancel making the farm and then put the citadel on top. Like, what the heck? Why can I not just put a citadel down on top of a citadel? That is the stupidest thing. And also, Pedro was so kind to give me CN Tower, which is not going to do literally anything for me except be a wonder. So that's cool, I guess. Selling culture buildings because I don't want them, I don't need them. And finally, I can take Salvador. So I'm going to bring this mobile Sam up, and he will do just that for me. Still attacking Salvador just purely because I want XP. A lot of these units, they can get like city promotions, they can get air repair, they can get logistics, whatever, right? Well, actually all of them have air repair, but whatever, they can get triple promoted, whatever. Alright, have a unit on the tile, have 2 more generals. Just going to work my way into Denmark with these generals. The generals are less important at this point in the game, and that is because a lot of the combat happens with planes and not with units, which the generals do not influence. You may have noticed I have rebels. Don't really care at all. The planes are just going to completely destroy them anyways, so it's perfectly fine. And also, I'm at minus 44 happiness right now in terms in Revolutionary Wave, so yeah, I cannot wait to kill these guys, to say the least. Alright, let's see if my mobile Sam lives. It does live, and I can finish off Brazil completely. Goodbye. Get out of here. And let's see my happiness next turn now that Brazil is dead-zo. Pakal is still alive, and Pakal still has a lot of tourism over me, so I don't think it will 100% go away. But I think it will, some kind of percentage go away. So here's the current strat. Build Prora. Well, generate faith for a great engineer. Use that on Prora. Get happiness, which I am doing. Build units, and go into Denmark. And rebuild my empire. I have Alhambra now. I can start units with Blitz inside Palenque. At least I think I can. Let me see if I'm doing the math right. Yeah, I should have... yeah, I can start units with Blitz in Palenque. And that's going to be excellent. So I just need to build up and not be super unhappy now. Let's keep going into Danish territory. Hook all these people up and we should be good. So next time I'll see you on Happiness Simulator.